Do 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 do. Let's go live. Let's go live. Get your energy up. Get your energy up. Get your energy up. Get your energy up. Happy Tuesday, guys. This is our Tuesday takeover where we cover a variety of reality TV news, but also pop culture news. So if you've taken a look at our thumbnail today, we have a lot to unpack, as always, on every single Tuesday takeover. Don't forget, you can also take the Tuesday takeover audio on the go on the KEMPIRE podcast. I had to look down and make sure I was live and that you could hear me. You just never know. You just never, ever know. Okay? Happy Friday. Oh, not happy Friday. Oh, it's one of those days. It's one of those days. Happy Tuesday. Not Friday. Are you ready for Friday? Maybe it's because we've moved our clocks forward and it already feels like Friday. Well, finally here in New York, it's starting to feel a little bit like spring because the last couple of days, well, last week was just full of rain. It was full of, it got really cold here over the weekend. And then yesterday was super windy. Well, today it actually feels a little bit better. I think, what's the temperature? 57 behind me. So it feels a lot better than it did. It's starting to feel like spring here in New York. So it's perfect for us to talk about our Tuesday takeover. We're going to talk about Love is Blind Season 6. We have to talk about the Traitors, both the US and UK. We also have to talk about 90 Day Fiancé, Tell All, 90 Day The Single Life, and of course, pop culture news. Everything from what in the hell is going on with Kate Middleton? What is going on with Kate Middleton in that photo? Do you know? Well, we'll figure it out together. We'll figure it out together. Let's get into our Tuesday takeover, and don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to share the video, and don't forget to subscribe. All right, both here on YouTube, but also on our podcast platform as well.
Baby, won't you listen to me? I got that flavor. I know you're dying to feed. I ain't no dancer, just got some hip in my feet. Now throw your hands up. The lighter, I got the fuse. You make a fire, I'll add the fuel. Follow my lead, just watch the shoes. Gotta turn the heat up to get this cool.
Welcome back to the KEMPIRE channel, your number one source for pop culture news and music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. Happy Tuesday, not happy Friday. Okay. Guys, you know we love to start Tuesday Takeover with some good news. So be sure to let us know what your good news is. And I'll let you know what my good news is. I survived our Philly show. Yes. I almost didn't make it to Philly. This was the very first time, I think, in my life that I've ever taken Amtrak. I know, because a lot of you are still reacting to the fact that I didn't know what Old Bay was. A lot of you, when I was in Philly, I found out that Rainbow was still in business. Some of y'all say y'all taking my black card. Look, the only Rainbow I have ever known was in downtown Manhattan. I know that there were others. I assume Rainbow went out of business with Conway. Now you're going to tell me Conway's still around? Is Conway still around? Well, I found out a lot of good things. So the good news, Rainbow is still thriving across this country. All right. I will say this. The picture that I posted about Rainbow, for those that don't know what Rainbow is to our international audience, well, I'll find out today that there's Rainbow internationally too. You're going to tell me that too? You're going to tell me that Rainbow's in Europe right now? Well, I will say this. The Rainbow that I posted was closing down. And a few doors down, another one was already closed. Okay. But I posted this on Twitter, and a lot of you told me it's in the DMV, it's in the Midwest, it's strong here in New York too. Basically, there's a bunch of them in Brooklyn, there's a bunch of them in Harlem, and I said, really? All right, and then yesterday we were doing our Real Housewives of Potomac recap, and I told you guys, what the hell is Old Bay? I understand. Look, shout out to African Americans, and I know the Caribbeans will be like, no, Kemper, we know Old Bay too. Here's the thing, a couple of things. What folks in America, especially Black Americans, consider, a part of Black culture isn't necessarily a part of Jamaican or West Indian culture. I just want to point that out. But what also should be noted, I don't eat crab. All right? I don't eat crab. I didn't really grow up seeing it. Every once in a while, yes, they would come, bring the crab in the house, and the crab was live, and they were cooking the crab. I didn't pay attention to what they were cooking or how they were cooking it because I'm not eating it. I don't like crab. Look. Lux, I'm going to take a step. What is Old Bay? A seasoning, a seafood seasoning. Now I can act uppity. Like, why don't you know that, Lux? I'm sorry, y'all. Look, I don't even have my sorry, live chat. I didn't even have my my thing open. Hey, everybody in the chat. Yeah, it's a seafood seasoning, Old Bay. They said they're taking my black cord. Not my black cord. You know what, Joe? I just saw your comment. How dare you? Oh, see, Big Miss Muffin says Conway is in North Carolina. Lord have mercy. See? But Conway is no longer in New York, right? Right? Damn. It should be also be noted, Rainbow is not for men, right? Look. Rainbow's just for women. So keep in mind that I'm not shopping at these places. I'm not eating crab. All right, Conway is in North Carolina. Y'all are keeping them in business. Okay? All right. Just saying. Anyways, I wanted to just mention that. I've learned a couple of things this week about Rainbow is still in business and going strong across America. Old Bay is a seafood seasoning, all-purpose seasoning, okay? It's supposedly what they needed at Sharice's crab boil. All right? See, Aretha says, I don't eat crab or cook it either. Me either. Like, there will be no crab in this house. Just saying, I just wanted to clear that up. That is the good news. Well, at least the start of some good news, all right? All right. I also want to wish Ramadan Kareem to anyone that celebrates. Ramadan officially started yesterday. So shout out to anyone that is celebrating Ramadan. So happy Ramadan. All right. So I had a good time in Philly. I enjoyed, and for the little bit of time that I was in Philly, I almost didn't make it. I almost didn't make it to Philly, y'all. They had canceled the train. Well, they didn't cancel the train. The train was delayed. They were talking about up to 3 hours. I had to make it to Philly in time for my sound check. But all was well. I made it to Philly. We had a good time. We had some good laughs. Shout out to City Winery in Philadelphia. Love the venue. You guys love the food. I love the food too. I had some food backstage. It was good. So congratulations. Look to us in our Philly show. I would definitely be back. All right. All right. Okay. DC Diva. Hey, DC Diva. DC Diva says Old Bay is not just for crab, but it's good for so many things like shrimp. Oh, mind you, if I look in my seasoning closet, don't be surprised that I have Old Bay in there and don't realize that's what it's called. But Jamaicans like to use Grace. Look, Grace seasonings. You know what I mean? Anyways, moving on. Speaking of the KEMPIRE After Dark, a live show, we will be coming to Boston on May 30th, and then we will be in Nashville on July 11th, then the next day in Atlanta. And we are also coming to Seattle in August 30th. And I know all of you keep saying, come here, come there. We will be announcing more dates, hopefully very, very, very soon. There are a few dates that are on the list that I'm just waiting for them to confirm. All right, so stay tuned for that. I look forward to bringing the KEMPIRE After Dark, a live show to a city near you. All right, for those that have attended the past shows, be sure to let people know what they can expect. Every show is different because hot topics change from week to week, day to day, hour to hour. All right. All right. Moving on from there. I do want to say congratulations to Tank, Kerry Hilton, and Carl Thomas. They announced that they are going on tour. They are going on tour. Okay? So Hip Hop DX writes this. Tank has announced that he's going on tour and he's taking two of his friends, Kerry Hilton and former Bad Boy Entertainment star Carl Thomas, along for the ride. First of all, they look great in this photo. Okay? They look really, really good. I love a suit on a man. You know, I love a suit or a tux. Sorry, a tux. And also, Kerry Hilton has really not been around. Like, she kind of quit music. And a lot of people speculated it was the Beyonce effect because she came for Beyonce. I don't know if that's necessarily true. There are plenty of people that come for Beyonce. I think she could have still had a career. And I really like the first two albums that she put out. Vagillion, we are the same person. I just want to see Kerry too. I like Kerry. I like Tank too. I like a couple songs from Tank, and I like one or two songs from Carl Thomas. So Tank took to his Instagram on Friday to reveal that he booked the R&B Money Tour and was letting his fans know to check out the official website of the tour to get early access to the dates and times. He says the R&B Money Tour, Tank, Kerry Hilton, Carl Thomas, brought to you by Live Nation Urban R&B Money, he wrote in the caption. Well, congratulations. Congratulations. I'm happy to see it. I see that Keisha Cole is on tour as well with Jaheim, K. Michelle, and a few other people. So I'm happy R&B is out here thriving. All right? Justin says, remember when they threw Beyonce's CD at her? The Beehive has trolled Kerry Hilton for years. But Kerry Hilton is not just a singer, y'all. She's not just a performer. She's also a songwriter. She's written some of your favorite songs as well during her time. So I'm also surprised that we haven't really seen her write during this absence from music. But okay. All right. So congratulations to Kerry Hilton, Carl Thomas, and of course, Tank. Tank also has that R&B Money podcast, which I love. All right. Yulette, thank you so much for the super chat. Yulette says, "What's going on what's going on at the palace?" Well, we're going to talk about what's going on or what we think might be going on because I'm very confused. I literally had to be like, okay, so what are we speculating in regards to this whole situation? We will get back to that. We will get back to that in just a second. All right. Hold on. Let me move this over here. Okay. All right. So where was I? What else did I want to say? All right, we'll move on from there. So for Tuesday Takeover, we cover a bunch of reality television as well. We got to talk about Love is Blind. We got to talk about the Traitors US and UK. The first 3 episodes have dropped for the UK on Peacock. All right. But we also have to talk about Below Deck. Oh, Below Deck. Okay, first of all, Frasier. I love Frasier. Frasier is the chief stew. We've been loving Frasier since we were even introduced to him. This is his 2nd season as a chief stew. And he's really trying to navigate being one. And he's having some trouble with Barbie. But he's also having some trouble with Kat because Kat is feeling very awkward. She doesn't feel like she fits in, when it comes to this group. Okay? Anthony is, celebrating the passing of his father. It's been like 2 years. Frasier gets emotional because he almost lost his father to cancer. So he was talking about that in this week's episode. Kyle's just there. I think Kyle's just there to have a good time. As you can see, there is not a photo of Jared because if you watch this week's episode of Below Deck, Jared is not going to survive. He can't communicate with his daughter because of where he's located. There's no signal. And that's becoming frustrating for him. He's gotten drunk. Barbie has now turned off to him. Doesn't take a lot for a Virgo to get turned off. Okay. What's up with Virgos wanting to be Jewish? Because Barbie last week's episode talked about how she wanted to be, she wants to convert to Judaism. And remember the one that's suing, Leah McSweeney, that's suing Bravo. She also is a Virgo that wants to be. Well, now I think she's converted to Judaism. So I was just like, oh, okay. I just found that to be interesting in the Bravo universe. These 2 Virgos that want to be Jewish. I was like, okay, all right. So she talked a little bit about that last week. But yeah, I don't think Jared is going to survive. This week alone, at the way this episode ended, Jared is confronting Kyle and telling he's frustrated, but he's also drunk. Kyle's tobacco is like all over the ship, and he's like, "You need to get up and you need to clean this up," and he's very frustrated. First of all, Captain is sort of annoyed with them as soon as they come back from partying all night and they're making noise. He's like, "I'm trying to sleep," and then he hears Jared, and the episode ends with him going down and seeing what's going on. He's like, "I hear you from 2 decks up." I have to say, I keep saying I miss Captain Lee. I don't mind this captain. I really don't. I don't mind him. Captain Terry, right? Kerry? No, damn. Sorry, Captain Kerry. I don't mind him, and especially this week, I liked him a little bit more because he really wants to kind of help the crew, learn new things. So I can appreciate that about him. I'm not loving him, and it's not, not everyone's meant for reality television. Not everyone's meant for reality television. Trauma Queen says the captain is odd. I don't know if he's odd. I think he's just regular. I don't know if I would say that he's odd. See, if he was odd, that might make him interesting reality television. He's not interesting reality television. But I did like him this week because it seemed like he really wanted to help some of the crew integrate with each other and learn new skills. And I was like, okay, that's really sweet of him. But at the same time, I'm like, oh, God. Oh, damn, Tropical says he is a weirdo camp. Oh, damn. Deborah says, I don't like Captain Kerry. Damn. All right, tell me how you really feel. So this season, I said this last week, I'm not loving this cast, and I love Below Deck. I'm never really interested when they go out and have a good time. Natasha says, I miss Captain Lee, but Captain Kerry is okay, I guess. Damn. Zandy doesn't really stand out to me. Barbie stands out. Kat is having a rough time. Anthony this week is struggling because the anniversary of his father's death is coming up. Ben is still problematic. Ben is hooking up with Sunny, who is his co-worker on the deck. He hooked up with her in her bathroom. I really like Frasier because for me, Frasier always comes out with a story that I never expect. And there are many layers to him. And I like his snarkiness. I like his confessionals. Mama Allie says no one lives up to Captain Lee. And I don't want Kerry to live up to Captain Lee. No one's going to be Captain Lee. However, I need him to be interesting in his own right. Like Captain Sandy's interesting in her own right. That's just how I feel. Was there anything else that, oh yeah, the charter guests were a mess. But like I tell you, a lot of the times, some of it's them, but I'm sure these producers tell these charter guests, give them hell when you go there. Be extra obnoxious. We're trying to make reality television. I think some of that comes from production telling the charter guests to be a mess. I also told you last week, I hope it's worth it for you guys to be on reality television acting a drunk mess, falling over, bumping your head, looking so silly. Because that's until perpetuity. And Below Deck is a #1 show over at Bravo. So a lot of people are watching it. Just saying. Demby says Captain Lee had that grumpy grandpa working for him. And he was grumpy, but at the same time, he also was funny. Like some of his sayings and things like that were funny. And you kind of like how we got the crew together. Like people didn't play those games. Trauma Queen says, I miss Kate Chastain. I do too, but it would be weird for Kate to return to Below Deck at this point. You know what I mean? But she was great reality television. And sidebar, there's a rumor that she's going to replace Andy Cohen. That rumor has been around for the last few years. For the last few years, people have said that. But now that Andy Cohen is facing a lot of backlash because of these accusations from Brandi Glanville and now this lawsuit from Leah McSweeney, people are thinking that's going to happen. People are thinking this is Andy's downfall. I don't think so. Honestly, I personally don't think so. I don't think so. It might be lunchtime for a lot of you guys that are watching our Tuesday takeover. So, we have to talk about our friends over at Factor. So, Factor today, as you can see, I got my box here. I got a delivery today in regards to my Factor meals. Small, concise, easy. Look, I've been telling you guys that I've been trying to make sure that I get my health right for 2024. And one of the ways I'm doing that is making at least my meal plan situation a little bit more simple. So we've partnered with them in order to be able to do this. We partnered with Factor in order to be able to do this. So for those that are wondering, what exactly are you getting from Factor? So eating better is easy with Factor's delicious, ready-to-eat meals. Every fresh, never frozen meal is chef crafted, dietitian approved, and ready to go in just 2 minutes. You'll have over 35 different options to choose from every week, including Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, and even Keto. Also, there are more than 60 add-ons to help you stay fueled up and feeling good all day long. So what are you waiting for? Get started today and get after your goals. Head on over to factormeals.com/KEMPIRE50 and use the code KEMPIRE50 to get 50% off. That's code KEMPIRE50 at factormeals.com/KEMPIRE50 to get 50% off. More information on Factor Meals will be available in the description. Thank you to Factor for sponsoring today's Tuesday Takeover live show. We appreciate them. They also sent me this really cool sort of Factor's booster thing. I'm gonna try it out and let you know how I feel about it. So stay tuned. I'll be your test dummy, okay? I'll be your test dummy. Guys, if you just joined us, this is our weekly Tuesday takeover. We are covering a bunch of reality television and pop culture news as well. Okay. Since we were just talking about Andy Cohen, I did want to let you guys know. I almost forgot that I didn't talk about this with you guys. I only talked about this with Philly when we had our Philly show because it was breaking news. Speaking of Andy Cohen and Leah McSweeney, well, Andy is firing back at Leah McSweeney's claims that he did the Booger Sugars, okay, with other housewives in favor of them getting better edits. These are accusations that she had. Well, Andy's legal team is saying that she needs to retract that statement or he's going to sue her. He's going to sue her if she does not retract her statement that he was doing Booger Sugars with other housewives. All right? As you know, since all of this backlash that Andy's been receiving, a lot of other housewives have come out in his defense on social media saying, I've never had that experience with Andy Cohen. He's been nothing but lovely. Okay. Andy, through his attorneys, are saying that he's never done the Booger Sugars with other housewives or any Bravo employees. He doesn't deny that he's ever done the Booger Sugars. Look, Andy's like, I've lived. Look, I've lived. I also remind you, though, it was just a few years ago when Kathy Griffin was receiving backlash and Andy Cohen turned on her. She had pointed out that he was a horrible boss because Kathy had a it was like a talk show on Bravo. She had My Life on the D List. She's had multiple stand-up specials with Bravo. And then she had that talk show, which was canceled. All right. So at some point during that time, her time at Bravo, that's when Andy was still a Bravo. I believe he worked in development. He was an executive then. All right. As you also know, NBC has been denying that Andy has any power or influence over at the network. He has no involvement in the hiring or firing, salaries, and things like that. This is what NBC Universal is saying about Andy Cohen and the Leah McSweeney accusations. All right? So, I say all that to say, Andy Cohen is not playing with Leah McSweeney. He's saying you better retract the statement or you're going to get sued for defamation. Here's the thing, though, Leah. If you're basing this accusation off of what Kathy Griffin said, unless you're able to corroborate this information, unless it happened to you personally, I'm wondering if it happened to you personally. Are you saying personally he offered this to you? Then that's one other thing. But if he never personally said this to you and you're basing this off of rumors, that's not going to be good. And if she does retract her statement in regards to that, do you guys believe that takes validity from her lawsuit? I mean, in a way. We shall see what she will decide to do, but he's saying that you better retract it or we're going to sue you. We're going to sue you. Exactly. K-Baby says, he definitely has influence. That's why these housewives kiss his you-know-what. Here's the thing. And don't get me defending Brandy Glanville or Leah McSweeney. Brandy, are you okay? Have you guys seen recent interviews with Brandy or audio? If you listen to her podcast, she doesn't sound good. Like, she doesn't sound like she's in a good place. And I know a lot of people feel as if Brandy and Leah have no credibility in regards to their lawsuits against Andy Cohen. Look, do I believe they're the most credible people to bring these lawsuits? No. But I also tell you, because of my human resources background, it also makes me say, well, although you don't like the people, what they're saying has some credibility in regards to his influence and power. It may not be official on paper, but there is influence and power, and he is not their subordinate. They are his because he is an executive producer of their franchise. So that's where, we end up twerking on a fence. And shout out to all of the human resources specialists that have weighed in the previous video that we did on this Andy Cohen lawsuit. Can you guys verify for me? Because everyone's level of experience in HR is different. So I appreciate, shout out to all of the HR directors and managers and assistants. I appreciate, because also laws change state to state in regards to, I remember I had to keep up on a lot of different changes sometimes in regards to New York employment law. So then there's that. We're going to continue to watch this because Andy Cohen, NBC Universal, and Bravo are taking these accusations and these, painting this image of Andy Cohen in this different light. It should be noted that Nene Leakes also had some damning things to say about Andy Cohen, and no one wanted to believe her either. Look, I'm fair. No matter if I don't, love a housewife, I'm going to bring the news to you guys. I'm going to bring the news to you. All right? All right. That wasn't even on my list of things to talk about today. Yulette, thank you again so much for the super chat. We appreciate your support. Natalie, thank you so much for the super chat. Now it says, regarding Traitors, I don't understand why people say that MJ should have voted for CT on the second round of voting. Wouldn't she still have lost? Actually, I think people mean that MJ should have voted for CT in the first round, based off of Trishelle saying that MJ didn't trust CT. So if she had voted for CT in the first round, CT would have been voted out, and MJ and Trishelle would have won. But no, I don't believe in the second one it would have mattered. I think it would have been the same thing. And if Trishelle had voted again for CT, then it would have been a deadlock again. I don't know. Poor MJ. Justice for MJ. We did a separate live, so we won't talk too much about the Traitors today, but thank you for the segue. I'll use that as a segue, Natalie, for us to talk about the Traitors US, because the reunion and finale have now aired. We did go live on Friday to talk about it, so if you want me to talk about it extensively, be sure to check it out there. We did get some back and forth between Phaedra and Dan, and she called him a POS, okay? We also had a back and forth between MJ and Trishelle. John, the faithful of all the faithfuls, was sort of like, I don't understand why you're mad, to MJ. And I had to keep saying to you guys, and there's been a lot of back and forth. Some people feel like MJ didn't bring anything all season. It was Trishelle and CT who have really helped, collect the money for this, this game. So they deserve to win. I don't know. I mean, if you go back and you look at, everyone played a part, some more than others in regards to this prize pot. Definitely in the end, Trishelle and CT stood out. But part of the game is not just about the competitions. It's about your social game. And MJ survived till the end. And I really believe that they knew that she was a faithful. I think that they were being greedy. I really do believe that they were being greedy. And John, just when I was like, John wasn't so bad, you really annoyed me at this Traitors reunion, because I don't understand why you have such a grievance with Trishelle, because we found out that MJ blocked Trishelle and CT. Just saying. Dina says, it's a game. Everybody was playing to win. Why split the money 3 ways? Well, here's the thing. Part of the game is not about getting rid of Faithful. The main objective of the game is to make sure that a traitor doesn't make it to the end. The main objective of Traitors is not necessarily you being the one to take all the money, because that is traitor behavior. And look, it is a game, but we have to remember it's a game where people are winning money. All right? So I think in all fairness, if they really believed that MJ was a Faithful and they were like, we just want to X her out, I'm not going to tell MJ she can't be pissed about it in real life. That's money that she wanted to win. Okay? So, but I get it. They wanted to play the game their way. It was pretty foul. It was pretty foul, in my opinion. Just saying. Because I really was like, I was happy for them. When it was final 3, I was happy for them. And I think the look on MJ's face made me go, damn, she feels so blindsided. Oh, Mercedes. She come on. Did you see her? Wait, I wish I had a picture of her face from then. Damn it. Poor Mercedes. She looked so blindsided. And look, no matter what you feel, Phaedra brought the most when it comes to the entertainment value this season. However, we had a few MJ memes this season. So she brought the entertainment as well. All right? She brought the entertainment as well. And now people are getting into Shahs of Sunset for those that didn't even know about MJ. They're like, what show was she on? And now people are getting into it. Yeah, and Shahs of Sunset was some classic television, and a lot of people are still wanting Shahs of Sunset to come back. I mean, I wouldn't mind if Mercedes comes back. I just don't know if I want Reza to come back. Reza is, ooh. I just rewatched that scene where he exposed her alleged, I'll say, abortions. I was like, oh, God. I really don't know if I want Reza back. But anyways. Samara says, exactly. They took out all 3 traitors. They knew MJ was a Faithful. Well, here's the thing. They don't necessarily know. Here I go twerking on the fence. They don't necessarily know that there are 3 traitors, because if you are watching the UK version, there are 4 traitors. So you just never know. And you never know, in the next season, they might do 4 traitors for the US. You just don't know. Let me take a sip. Okay. Let me say something. Thank you again. Thank you again, Natalie, for the super chat. We appreciate your support. Julie, thank you so much for the super chat. Julie says, KSPN, my great news. My alumni University of Ohio girls basketball team won the Big Ten championships against Nebraska. On to the Traitors, but on to the TT, but give the Lady Hawkeyes a shout out. Lady Hawkeyes, congratulations. I have no idea what you do. Shout out to the girls. Shout out to the girls. Thank you, Julie, for the super chat. All right. Reality Tea with Krista. Thank you so much for the super sticker. We appreciate your support. Nice meeting you in Philly as well. Thank you so much for coming out. Joe as well came out to the show. Joe says, where was Max during the reunion? They said at the top of the Traitors reunion that Max couldn't be there. I don't know if he had something else that he had to do. I'm not sure. Max is apparently very busy. Okay. Or maybe it's just the timing of things. Maybe he had a conflict. All right. 7 says that she misses, not Glock, Nessa, Gigi, MJ the most. It will be interesting because it's been a couple of years since the season finale of Shahs of Sunset. I mean, they're on pause. By the network standards, they are on pause. They are still in a good relationship with the Shahs. But we shall see. Look, we shall see. They also said Family Karma is on pause. Lee says, who's Max? Damn, poor Max. Woo, Max. Max is from Dancing with the Stars. They got rid of him pretty early on, too, which was fine because I didn't feel like he was bringing much. Confessions of Aries says, laughing my ass off. I'm hollering. It's women's college basketball camp. Oh. I mean, good for the sports, okay? Good for the sports. It's March Madness. I know that much. Okay. Lorena says it's all Mike's fault from Shots of Sunset. You know, they try to deny that it had anything to do with Mike getting arrested around the time that they decided to put the show on pause. Do you think they put the show on pause so they think that we forget the accusations that were brought against Mike? Huh. Look. I don't know. I mean, they denied that it had anything to do. I honestly don't think that it did because the announcement came literally within the same week. And I think they had already been talking about not bringing Shaw's back. Look, Shaw's ratings weren't bad for the network. I think we have to keep in mind, it's not just the ratings, it's also how much are these people being paid. Putting them on pause for this extended period of time, they can't ask for what they would have made in these last three years that it's been off the show, been off the air. So we shall see. We shall see. But since we're talking about the Traitors, we have to talk about this information because, you know, we always talk about it's just a game. It's not that serious. Stop with the death threats and all of this, you know, ridiculous behavior. So apparently, Trishelle has received threats after appearing on Traitors. All right? And I'm not surprised by this because people get so passionate about these reality shows, but this is where some people take it too far. So our friends over at realityt.com write this. It says, Trishelle Cantatella opened up to Dan Gessling about receiving threats after appearing on season 2 of The Traitors. The Real World alum was crowned the winner of Peacock's hit series alongside her MTV veteran, CT. In the finale episode, CT and Trishelle were 2 of the 3 remaining faithfuls hoping to cash the $208,100 check. They could have split the money with Shots of Sunset star MJ Javid. However, they chose to banish her in the final moments, leaving the pot of gold for just them. Since the finale aired, Trishelle has faced much backlash from MJ and watchers, something she's familiar with. Trishelle also got heat from viewers after targeting Drag Race alum Peppermint for the first banishment. During her recent chat with co-star Dan on his podcast, all right, she spoke about the messages she had gotten on social media, including threats since the season started, calling them shocking. Oh, okay. She said it's no secret that some Bravo fans have put Dan and Trishelle through the fire for targeting the queen of the Traitors Castle, Phaedra Parks. During an earlier episode, Phaedra made it clear she wasn't a fan of Dan's move, where he attempted to throw her under the bus during the roundtable. At the reunion, she did not hold back, which we talked about. She called him a POS multiple times. All right. When Andy Cohen asked her about her thoughts during that moment, the Real Housewives vet told him she thought Dan was a low-down son of a bee. Okay. And later called him a piece of you-know-what. Trishelle also had to fight off piercing comments. She told Dan that she reached out to Real Housewives of Orange County's Tamara Judge after she received hundreds of hateful messages a day. Some were telling her to off herself. See, this is where fans go too far. Like, this is where you have to remind people it's a game. Do I think that MJ has a right to be upset and annoyed and even block Trishelle? Yes. But she's not in Trishelle's DMs or, iMessage telling her, do something to yourself. This is where people take it too far. And that's part of the reason why I wanted to even tell the story because, we've been watching The Traitors. And look, did I love Trishelle throughout the season? No. Did I love her gameplay? Not always. But because of that, we could talk about that here. And even when we talk about that here, we're not telling her to, harm herself. Annoying and disgusting. And I really wish that our powers that be on these platforms would do more about it. Because the minute you make these sorts of threats, you should be banned indefinitely. Like the things that we get blocked for on other platforms like TikTok and things like that, it makes you wonder, like, you will ban certain accounts, because certain accounts on TikTok have been banned for weird things. But this can be said in people's comment section and nothing happens to them. And what I do love about Instagram. Hey, Porsha, I learned this from you. You can block someone on their one account and any account that they create with that same email, phone number, or anything like that. They need to do that with other platforms. That way that people won't continue to get harassed. But like I said, I shouldn't have to block you if you make those kind of threats. The minute you make a threat like that, the algorithm should pick it up and you should be banned. Banned. Just saying. Because it's against the law. You could go to jail if they narrow it down and find out who you are. So shout out to Trishelle. I think you played a solid game. Did I love your gameplay? No. Congratulations to you and CT. You had that little rom-com moment at the end. But still, what? Hashtag justice for MJ. Justice for MJ. Okay. Anyways. Since we're talking about the Traitors, we have to talk about the first 3 episodes of the Traitors UK. So for those of you that are in the UK or have seen season 2, please do not spoil it for us here in America. Please do not spoil it for us. First of all, the host, that hair is so luscious. Come on, her hair is luscious. I love it. I love it. So as I told you guys before, she chooses the first 3 traitors, but then they recruit a 3rd traitor. Let me tell you something about Diane here. Diane, she the way she moves, you would think she's a traitor. And in the final episode, people do start to think that she's a traitor. But she is rude when Sonia, Sonia, she was great reality television. I kind of wish she didn't go. And for those that don't know, everyone in this season are all regular people. They're not celebrities in any way like our traitors. So the UK is just regular folks, which it gives you a different energy. And this is where I hope for season 3, we do again a mix like we did in season 1, where you have some celebrities and then you have some regular folk. Because I feel like the dynamic is different. And where we're not able to predict what they're going to do next. All right? All right. So this new season, second season of The Traitors, okay? So as I mentioned to you guys before, they do enlist a new traitor, a 4th traitor, Miles. All right? Miles is trying to win this money, y'all. He's trying to win this money for the future of his family. We also have Harry, who is he's in the military. I didn't realize that in the UK you can go into the military at 16 years old. Wow. All right? But he has a very sweet, innocent face. Him, Paul, I feel like Paul gave me traitor vibes from the beginning. But he's the most likable amongst this cast. I mean, amongst themselves. They really like him. He's friendly with everyone. Oh, Ash. We still do not know in episode 3 whether or not Ash is banished. And if they figured out that she's a traitor, it's going to end up being Anthony's decision. Anthony, first of all, they all thought Anthony was a traitor. Especially Diane. Diane, I'm not going to say what I think that is. Because there's something about Anthony that makes you think that he's a traitor, okay? All right? But a lot of people also think that Zach is a traitor. And look, honestly, Zach, look, I don't know if it's a good or bad thing if people think that you're a traitor, but Zach is annoying. And his behavior does give traitor vibes. His behavior definitely gives traitor vibes. I remember when Sonia came into the breakfast room and she looked directly at Ash and was just like, "Are you a traitor?" And she was like, "What?" She's like, Are you a traitor? Are you a traitor? But Sonia's gone before they can. I like Sonia, though. I think Sonia was great reality television. She was really interesting. So she's gone. Another man is gone. He wasn't there long enough for me to learn his name. Sorry, sir. Look, sorry, sir. But they got rid of him. All right? But we don't know whether or not Ash is leaving. However, Paul, in episode 3, ends up voting to have Ash sent home. All right? And she's taken aback. But that's the game of traitors. The game of traitors, sometimes the traitors have to vote you out, not just for their own safety, but they want to kind of make sure that they're not seen as a traitor if they're voting for someone that's not, that clearly is not a traitor. Even though he could have voted for Brian. Paul could have voted for Brian. All right. The traitors, and they got rid of Kira. Oh, Kira. But I wasn't surprised. Kira, she was very opinionated. She was always she was always just speaking. And sometimes you have to find a balance of speaking up a lot versus kind of playing it cool like Dan. But Dan played it too cool on the Traitors US season 2. So you really need to find a balance of being out there and really trying to find the traitors and also being a leader. But that can also put a big target on your back. And I think that's what happened with Kira. She had a lot to say, a lot of opinions. And I think that's part of the reason why they got rid of her. I wouldn't be surprised if they get rid of Zach. I don't think Zach is going this week. Anthony, I don't know. Anthony was in the hot seat, but he's a faithful. Ash, there's a lot of people looking at Ash. If Ash is able to survive this week and a couple more weeks, she will be one to watch. Diane, though. So I think it was Zach that was going around saying that he thinks that Diane and Paul are related. And I was like, why did he think that? However, we find out in episode 3 that Diane is related to the other, I forgot his name. It's unimportant right now. Look. Oh, wait, I have it open. Let me just open. Let me tell you what his name is. Hold on. His name is, he's got the interesting glasses. Where is his name? There goes Jazz. There's Kira. Miles. Oh, my Lord. By the time I find it, you guys will remember. Oh, Ross. All right. Let me put his picture over here because this is her son. I really didn't think that there was a son and mother duo, but apparently there is. They just got it wrong. Look, they just got it wrong. So this is Diane's son. So this is Diane, and that's her son, Ross. Wow. Look, wow. So they have a secret. No one knows that they're related, but they're not traitors either. All right. You know what, Kalani? Come on. His name is Glasses. Well, he has very interesting glasses. But when you look at him a little bit closer, you're like, oh my God, they do look like literally mom and son. He doesn't look like Paul. But Ross, look at Ross. Take a look at Ross. And now look at his mom, Diane. Nobody else knows. Look at Ross. Look at Diane. Literally, all you have to do is put the glasses on Diane and it'll be Ross. Okay? So far, I'm interested. The only thing that I don't love about the Traitors UK, because we just finished watching the Traitors US, is that they're at the same castle. I don't care about that. But they're playing the same competitions. Yes, they're going to play it differently, but I don't know about you. Just watching the competitions a few weeks ago, a couple of weeks ago, a week ago, it feels weird watching them play these games. I think they're not playing it in the same order, but still, it's the same competitions. So I'm kind of like, that kind of loses me. And I know some of you already fast forward. You always fast forward or through the competitions. No, I feel like the competitions are quite telling. So I watch it all. So yeah, so that's Traitors Season 2 UK. All right, again, if you're from the UK or if you watch this internationally, please do not spoil it for us. They'll only release the first 3 episodes. They've only released the first 3 episodes. So over the weekend, we had the Oscars, and apparently the Oscars saw a huge ratings boost in the this past weekend's, like their biggest in the last 4 years. So I don't really care about it. I just want to say congratulations to a couple of folks. Okay, where are my pictures? Hold on, y'all. Okay, so Divine Joy Randolph won her Oscar for, and I mean, a lot of people knew that she was going to win. She was winning all the awards over Daniel Brooks's portrayal of Sophia in The Color Purple musical. But Divine Joy had been winning all the awards already, so we kind of already knew. All right. Congratulations to Cord Jefferson, won for American Fiction Best Adapted Screenplay. Congratulations to him. And just congratulations to Erica Alexander. I don't know if you guys saw a couple of the different interviews that she did where she thanked her mom for the sacrifices that she made so that she could have this acting career. Then she did an interview with Entertainment Tonight, and she got emotional. She got really emotional talking about how people are now getting familiar with her work and how now people are watching, Living Single, and they're like, oh my gosh, didn't know. So congratulations to Erica Alexander. I loved all the interviews that she did because it came from such a genuine space. I love her hair right here too. Loving it. Congratulations to her. Hopefully this will, apparently she's saying this has already started opening more doors for her in regards to her agents and things like that. But congratulations to the Oscars. Apparently a lot more people were watching it this year. Did you? I didn't watch it. I was watching it on social media basically. All right. So congratulations to Divine Joy Randolph on her Oscar win. Congratulations to Cord Jefferson. Oh yeah, and congratulations to Billie Eilish. Billie Eilish won her second Oscar for Best Song. To be honest with you though, I really love this song from Barbie. I didn't really care for the Barbie movie like that. But that beautiful song from Billie Eilish, oh, it's so pretty. It's such a pretty song and heart-wrenching and perfect for that movie. Congratulations. All right. A lot of you said you did not watch the Oscars, so maybe they're lying about these numbers. I did not get to watch another episode this week of Black Cake, but I am watching Black Cake on Hulu. I did talk about it last week. I will continue to talk about it. All right. Once I get caught up. All right. Let me open my notes because I want to make sure that I'm covering all the things that I want to cover. Oh, sidebar. Speaking of the Oscars, we talked about the rumor that Kim Kardashian and Odell Beckham have been dating on the low, and now they're slowly but surely coming out of the closet with their relationship. So there have been some photos of them together. I like his double-breasted suit, leather. Okay. All right, Odell. And then they were seen getting cozy behind the scenes at one of the parties for the Oscars. Shout out to Ciara. Did you guys see Ciara's dress that she wore to one of the Oscar parties? I was like, oh, and she's just given birth, so she still has like the baby, but it looks good on her. I'm like, oh, all right, Ciara. Speaking of giving birth, Vanessa Hudgens came out and revealed that she's pregnant at the Oscars. All right. So congratulations to her. Who else at the Oscars that I wanted to talk about? Kelly Rowland looked amazing, as always, at the Oscars. All right. Congratulations to all of the winners and the nominees, because it's not a small feat to be nominated. Congratulations to Danielle Brooks. This was her very first feature film, and she's nominated for an Oscar. More to come from her. All right. Let me open up my, where's that story that I wanted to talk about? All right. I'll just talk about this. Jalen and Draya. You remember Draya from Basketball Wives, right? So Draya is dating this basketball player. Here comes KSPN loading. All right. Jalen. What's his last name? Jalen Banks or something like that? So Jalen is 22 years old. Uh-huh. And it was just announced, Draya just announced that she's pregnant with his child. Okay. All right. But here's the thing. That's not even the story. The story is how social media has been blasting her for having a child with this child. Well, he's not a child. He's 22. Okay. But then I think to myself, like, do we have that same energy for men? Yes, a handful of people, but I feel like she's getting so much backlash for having this relationship. Was it like a 16-year, 17-year age gap between the two of them? All right. Or maybe bigger. But a lot of people are giving her so much hell for it. And then I'm like, well, how did you guys, first of all, look, yes, there are a lot of men that do this with younger women. But I also think to myself, what are those conversations like? You know what I mean? They do say women are a lot more mature than men. So he's 22 and she's whatever age. I just like, what do you guys talk about? What exactly do you guys talk about? I mean, I just want to know. This is part of the reason why I always say I don't know if I could date someone in their 20s. I mean, never say never, because look, like a lot of you are saying, he's legal. I'm thinking about intellectually, what are you talking about? But maybe she's not that deep. Oh, yeah, you guys reminded me her son is his age too. Oh, damn. Draya Michelle's son is his age. Oh, she's 39. So there's a 17-year age gap. And her son is 22. You guys, there isn't much talking count. Well, apparently she's pregnant. But I just feel like people should have the same energy for men that are dating younger women with a much larger age gap. All right? I don't feel like people do. Yes, you'll see comments, but I feel like people are dragging Draya on social media. And I'm like, yes, it's weird. I don't know what you're talking about. If you're having a serious relationship. Just saying. Just my thoughts. Exactly. Well, agreed, Ashley. Ashley says, what does a 50-year-old man talk with a 22 or 25-year-old woman? I wonder as well. Here's the difference, though. I will say, I feel like not necessarily that dynamic, 22, 25. I'm talking like maybe like 30 something. I could see how an older man could date a younger woman because younger women definitely have the maturity of a lot older than them. I can't say it's the same for vice versa for men. But still, I just feel like there isn't the same energy because that's not the excuse that people are using. People are saying, oh my gosh, this is predatory and da-da-da, this is grooming. And I'm like, I don't know about that, but I'm wondering, do you say the same thing for men that are dating younger women? Maybe you do. But I noticed the backlash. I noticed a lot of people, we never talk about Basketball Wives, and we don't talk about Draya because Draya also hasn't been on Basketball Wives in a few years. All right. But then when you think about the fact that she has a 22-year-old, and when you look at this Jalen, he looks 22. You know, some people look a little older for their age. No, when you look at Jalen, he looks 18. Look. He looks young. Look, I don't know. It just couldn't be me. But look, never say never. I feel like at my big age, I get hit on by a lot of 20-something-year-olds. I do. Leave me alone. I don't need y'all talking about me on socials. I wouldn't care. My business is my business. But yeah, I just don't. 22? I don't know about that. That's just me, though. Is she breaking any laws? No. Is she breaking moral laws? Probably not either. You know, look, let's not get started there. All right. Exact just says, mentally, they may be the same. All right. Oh, Deidre says, as a mother, she's a Black Widow spider. Ashley says, right, he looks young. When I saw the picture of Jalen, I was like, well, you know, some 20-year-olds, they look like, you know, they're not moisturizing, so they look a little older. No, Jalen looks his age, if not younger. All right? Looks his age, if not younger. Everyone has been reacting to this on socials. We had to talk about it because that's part of what we do during our Tuesday takeover. So I wanted to mention this Jalen and Draya situation. She is pregnant with his baby. She's pregnant with his baby. All right. Damn, come on. All right. Lavender says, KEMPIRE, she will be 50 with a 32-year-old baby daddy and a 32-year-old son. her son is the same age as her boyfriend. See, when you put it like that, then you're like, I don't know about this. I don't know about this. I'm not going to judge. Y'all can judge for me. I'm not going to judge.
Lies! The lie!
All right. Oh, Kiana, come on. Kiana says, I'm 29 and wouldn't date a 22-year-old. She's safe. But remember when we were in our 20s? We none of us in our 20s wanted to date anyone our age. Let's be honest. Okay, you're 29, so you don't know yet. So when you get to 30-something, when you get to 40-something, it's going to feel different. Not really, because like I said, I don't think I would date someone like straight. I don't know. I'm not judging. Look, I'm not judging. Gene says kitchen table talk. Yes, we'll talk about it in Boston. We'll talk about it in Boston. All right. All right, guys. Thank you for joining us. Don't forget to like the video. It's an easy and free way of supporting not just my channel, but other channels as well. You can also take the KEMPIRE live show on the go by downloading our podcast, KEMPIRE, on Apple Podcasts or on Spotify. While you're there, don't forget to give us a 5-star rating. And be sure to check out some of the special episodes that are podcast exclusives as well. All right. Ooh, Corey. Corey says he still ain't posted about it either. Only her. Red flag. I mean, he's busy playing Twitch, playing video games on Twitch. Oh, damn. See, those are those moments, if you're dating someone that much younger than you are, and you bring, let's say you bring up Erica Alexander. Okay, we're talking about Erica Alexander. Oh my God, I'm so glad that Erica Alexander is having this moment in her career. I loved her on Living Single. And then this young man says to you, Living Single? See, that's when we'll start fighting. And I'm not saying there are some 20-year-olds that have old souls. They watch all the old shows and things like that. But those are those moments where you be like, oh, I remember when I was, this age and this was happening in the world. And they're like, oh, I wasn't born yet. Like he wasn't born. Look, come on. I'm sorry, Draya. I'm sorry. He wasn't born when Brandy's Never Say Never album came out. He wasn't born when Waiting to Exhale came out in theaters. Okay? He wasn't born. I'm sorry, Draya. He wasn't born. Look, I was a baby when this came out. When Diana Ross was singing in the rain in Central Park. Okay, we all were pretty young then, if we weren't born. Let me just get to something a little bit closer in time. He wasn't born. Was he even born? First of all, he wasn't even in the club when It's Hot in Here was hot. He probably wasn't even a sprinkle in his mother's eye at that point. You know what I mean? What else happened? Let me think about 1999. Let me think about 2000, because he wasn't born. He was born in 2002, 2001. I'm not sure. Young. Nora says he wasn't born when Tupac died. I'm not laughing about Tupac, but you know what I'm saying. Oh my gosh. Dante said, has he watched The Lion King? I mean, he probably did in reruns. He wasn't born when it premiered. He wasn't around for 9/11. That was, 2001? We are a mess. You see, we're not making it better. I thought we were going to twerk on a fence with this Draya situation, and we are just dragging it. Okay, we are just dragging. She's pregnant by this 22-year-old man that wasn't born when Lauryn Hill dropped the Miseducation. All right? I'm sorry, Draya. But that's what I think of when 20-something is hitting on me. I be like, do the math. You were born in 2000 and what? Nope. I remember when there was a point I was like, I'm not dating somebody that was born in the 90s. I'm still looking at you where you were born 1990. What? Nope. Ray says this could keep going. It really could. See, look, Kayla says, see, I'm looking at you with the side eye, Kayla. No offense. Kayla says, I was born in 94. I wasn't born when it premiered, but I was in second grade during 9/11. See, now that makes me feel old. Because 9/11, I was interning. I was interning at the unemployment office. Replay crew, remind us all the things that Jalen was not born for, okay? Oh, damn. Oh my goodness. Oh, yes, he says he wasn't born for the 2000 computer panic. Right? The Y2K of it all. Remember that? Oh, Denisha says he thinks Beyonce is the original Nala. We could keep going. Jessica says he's never used a floppy disk. Usher's song, yeah. So at the Super Bowl, he's listening to yeah, probably thinking it's brand new. However, like I said, there were some people that know these things. Because I remember being his age and knowing like some old school music from the 60s, 70s. You know what I mean? Not old school music. Look, Joe says I was in 10th grade during 9/11. I think I was in my, y'all know my age at this point. But I'm just saying I was interning for college. Y'all are real hella young look, y'all real young. Yeah, look, New York thing. Y'all mad young in the comments. All right. We have a lot more to go through, y'all. Let me just say thank you because we had a few super chats if you're just joining us. This is our Tuesday Takeover where we cover a variety of pop culture news and reality television as well. Shay, thank you so much for the super chat. KEMPIRE, speaking of TikTok, are you going to speak in efforts to ban it in the US because it's a China-owned company? I will say this about the TikTok ban. I feel like it's very interesting timing every time they talk about banning TikTok, and it's around a very important political year. So keep that in mind. Do I think that there needs to be some sort of regulation with TikTok? As I'm streaming on TikTok right now? Yes. Look, yes. Because of... Look, this is not CNN. This is not KNN. So there are lots of depths that we can go to in regards to this. However, I don't think that they should ban it because it makes me a little concerned that they would ban a social media platform because for me, that will have a ripple effect. Security issues, well, that's a whole other thing. Doesn't mean that you can't regulate those security issues. So... And I know a lot of creators that have found a voice on TikTok are going to be disappointed if this social media ends. Sidebar, though, this is why I thought it's important for those that are content creators or want to be one. This is why you shouldn't put all your eggs in one basket. Now, these TikTokers that have millions of followers, and this is where they get their income from, if they ban the sucker tomorrow, your income is gone. The same with YouTube, though. So... Thank you, Shay. You turned this into KNN, which is fine. Thank you so much for the super chat. Julie, thank you so much for another super chat. Julie says, I can't comment on UK because I've been watched. You know what, Julie? Don't say anything. I wish we could have binge watched it too. Candace, thank you so much for the super chat. Candace says, KEMPIRE, you are cracking me up. I don't even know what I said. What did I say? Replay crew, keep letting us know what happened in the 1999 and above that Jalen missed out on. That's gonna be funny to read. Chocolate Soul, thank you so much for the super chat. We appreciate your support, guys. Don't forget you can also support the channel just by liking the video, just by giving us a 5-star rating. The KEMPIRE podcast on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. Tish, thank you so much for the super chat. Tish says, does he know how to write in cursive? Because look, and what math does he know? Because they've been teaching new math. Do the kids not write in cursive anymore? Oh my God. I mean, at this point, in this day and age, how many handwritten notes are you actually really writing? Does he remember 106 in Park? When did 106 in Park go off the air? Does he remember 106 in Park? Does he remember Free and AJ? We are old. We are now our parents. We are now our parents. Okay? We are saying, remember the good old days? Not Sita. Y'all talking about Sita? Remember they brought Sita back for Encore on BET. They brought Sita back. I didn't love that Sita, though. Anyways. Roro says, kids do not write in cursive. Damn. Look, damn. Hold on. Hey, Adrian. Adrian says, he wasn't born when we were taking over for the 99 and the 2000s. Oh, he doesn't know nothing about no MySpace. Does he even know what Napster is? Does he understand the roots of streaming? Does he understand? I mean, he might know what Napster is because Napster is still around. It's actually a streaming platform. But I doubt it because some of y'all don't even know that Napster is still around. Congratulations, Draya. I'm sorry where this took a turn. This took a turn. This definitely took a turn. All right. Yesterday we recapped Married to Medicine and we had a really good time. I really enjoyed our recap. Probably more so than the show. And I mentioned this clip that Mariah and Buffy did a recap of part 2 of the Married to Medicine reunion. And a lot of people are calling out the fact that Mariah says that Dr. Damon asked her not to bring the receipts on him cheating. All right? Listen.
Regardless of what people think, I made a conscientious decision to not pull out receipts because I had to think about what the purpose of the show was. And it's to keep families and to acknowledge a lot of the families, build them, not tear them apart. And Dr. Damon looked me in the face and asked me not to. And that's
Say that again. Say that one more again.
Dr. Damon looked me in the face and asked me not to. Don't do that. He said, of you. He's like, Mariah, I've been supportive of you and your project. Don't do that. And he was right. I respected what he said. I respect him. He's a nice guy. And as much as his wife makes me cringe, I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to go down that path because I know that kind of stuff come back. And I don't want to do that.
So here's the thing. I think I wouldn't really necessarily 100% believe Mariah if we did not see that scene between Dr. Damon and Dr. Gregory behind the scenes when he asked Dr. Gregory, do you think that I'm a cheater? And Dr. Gregory was like, I don't know what you do. And I agree with him. Because did they know that Curtis, who had the nerve to be like, why are you being so evasive? It's a yes or no a question. No, it's not. I don't know what you do. I didn't know that you were cheating on Dr. Jackie. Maybe he did. Maybe he did. So, look, I don't know if I would have believed Mariah in this instance if we did not have that incident on part 2. But now I'm looking at Dr. Damon like, maybe you did. What do you guys think? Y'all are still... Come on. Y'all still on the... What would Jalen not know? What were the things that Jalen would not know at 22? AOL. Remember when we didn't have this super fast internet? There is no way... If I was streaming right now on AOL dial-up, my mama would be trying to call in to check up on us from work, and it would just keep ringing or it'd be busy because I was on the internet in the chat rooms. Wow. We have come a long way. Old. We're older than dirt, as Dr. Heavenly would say. Dr. Heavenly. So, what do you guys believe? What do you believe? Do you believe Mariah that she has the information that Dr. Damon did cheat? Like I said, I don't know if I would necessarily even believe it if Dr. Damon didn't react the way that he reacted during this reunion behind the scenes. Can I be honest with you guys about AOL? I still have my AOL account. But I use it for my spam. Like, you know, when you go to the supermarket or you go to like anywhere where they have, oh, can I get your email? And you really don't want the spam email, or you don't want that filling up your regular email. So I'll give them that one. I'll give them my AOL email. Damn. But I do have Gmail and I do have the KEMPIRE email. Just saying. I have too many emails, honestly. All right, moving on. As you know, this week, tomorrow, we have the final part, right? The final part of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion. We will be recapping it on Thursday, but we've gotten a sneak peek in regards to what we can expect. And one of the things that we saw in the reunion was that Sutton has this health scare. So in an interview with Entertainment Tonight, Sutton is opening up about this health scare that she had during the reunion and her friendship with Garcelle. Take a listen.
The room spun and kind of went upside down. And I remember grabbing onto Garcelle, and that's kind of what I could recall. My body went into like a shock. I think my blood pressure was 175 over 120. And I couldn't stop my legs from shaking. They sent me to urgent care, and Garcelle came with me. And so we left the reunion. I started throwing up everywhere, literally on the floor. It was crazy. And took my vitals, and she said, the doctor said, we need to go to the emergency room. Like, I had to get in an ambulance on a gurney. We get in the ambulance. This was the funny part of it. Garcelle said, oh, I've never been in an ambulance. Well, thank you. I'm glad that I can provide you this opportunity to get in an ambulance, ma'am. But I just kept falling asleep in and out and in and out. They did a bunch of tests on me. And Garcelle, she stayed the whole time.
Wow.
Which is a testament to who she is as a person and who she is as a friend. And she really is one of my best friends, and I love her for that.
Here she comes, everybody.
That warmed my heart because there's so many people that don't believe Garcelle and Sutton's friendship. Even though I didn't need Sutton to say this, I already know that these two have found each other in such a beautiful way, an organic way on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I was like, this is so sweet. I'm glad that Sutton is okay. Now, I believe they said that what she was experiencing, she had exhaustion. She was also dealing with bronchitis. So I'm glad that she's okay. I'm glad her esophagus is okay. And I'm so happy for this friendship that she's built. Because they're both, they've opened up about being lonely since their divorces and their kids are growing up and leaving the home. So they really have sort of leaned on each other at such a really special time in their lives. I love them. I really do. I really do. I thought that was really, really sweet, and I wanted to talk about it here with you guys. So we could be like, aww. Anyways. Okay. Moving on from there. What else did I want to talk about? Ariana Grande. Let's talk about Ariana Grande, y'all. First of all, did you guys see Ariana Grande at the Oscars? Did you see her Oscars dress? Where's her Oscars dress? Let me bring this over here. Look at her Oscars dress. Ariana, she is perpetually, like, she has never changed. Like, she has not grown up at all. At all. She hasn't aged. She doesn't, you know what I mean? Okay. Well, as you also know, we've reported to you that Ariana Grande, she just released a new album. I've listened to a couple of songs. I like Ariana Grande's voice, and I like some of her. I like her Thank You Next album as a whole. I don't love all of her albums. I love songs. Well, she was caught up in some drama because she recently got a divorce from her husband, and that was very easy. I think they followed the prenup, all of that great stuff. So she then started working on this movie adaptation, this musical adaptation that's going to be a movie, Wicked, with Cynthia Erivo, and apparently this other man, he was in SpongeBob, the musical. It's unimportant. You don't need to know his name, okay? It's unimportant. Look, do I have a photo of him? Hold on. Oh, I don't even know if I have. Where's my photos? Where's my, I had it here. Now I don't have it. Where did it go? Oh, damn it. Look. Anyways, it's all right. So she took to her social media, Ariana Grande, to ask fans to stop harassing her friends and family. So let me bring up what Ariana said. Let me bring up what she said, because I was just like, oh, damn, this is pretty bad, because this goes back to the whole Trishelle situation as well. And what's, with the online bullying and whatnot. So Ariana, as you know, she's celebrating the promotion of her new album. Her new album was just released. So she posted this on her Instagram story saying this. Hi. I started reading her voice. Hi. I just wanted to say, anyone that is sending hateful messages to people in my life based on your interpretation of this album is not supporting me and is absolutely doing the polar opposite of what I would ever encourage. And is entire. I'm like, it's very small font, y'all. Here I go, old. Also entirely misinterpreting the intention of behind the music. I ask that you please do not. It is not how to support me. It is the opposite. Although this album captures a lot of painful moments, it is also woven together through a line of deep, sincere love. If you cannot hear that, please listen more closely. Thank you. Because, a lot of people are saying that Ariana is a homewrecker because her now boyfriend allegedly was with his then baby mama. They had just had a baby. All right. Look, Ariana, I'm still giving you the side eye with that situation, but I'm giving him more the side eye with that situation because that was his wife. He took those vows, but you were also married, but apparently on the way out in their relationship. They're now divorced though. And apparently he got a nice penny for that divorce, allegedly. All right. Rosanna says, B would never. She lets the hive run wild. No, remember there was one time that B tried to have the beehive calm down and they told her to shut up. No, they didn't say it like that, but basically, Lucy Lou says, homewrecker for sure. Okay. Emily says, KEMPIRE, she is giving anti-woman with her antics with her new man. He also looks just like her brother. Frankie Grande? I mean, I guess, but Frankie wears makeup, so that's probably where you see the difference. Oh, you're kind of right. Now I'm thinking about it. I'm trying to spare you guys because I know some of you are having lunch. Anyways, goodbye. Look, goodbye. So Ariana is asking her friends, look, I agree with her in regards to that. We could talk about Ariana here. We could talk about her in our comment section. But when you go to her friends and family harassing them for things that she's decided in her own life and you're interpreting the music to mean one thing, that's where you go too far, especially if you're threatening people. All right? Have you listened to Ariana Grande's new album? Well, it's now available. She's not paying me, but Ariana, run me a check. Run me a check. All right. Speaking of people getting backlash. All right. It's like Backlash Tuesday, okay? Can we talk about Jay Shetty? Have you guys been seeing... Look, I'm not 100% like a Jay Shetty fan. I've listened to a couple of different interviews. There are people that are Jay Shetty fans. They listen to the podcast. They've signed up for his courses. Well, Jay Shetty's receiving a lot of backlash, all right? So shout out to our friends over at CNBC TV 18. They're breaking down this drama that he's receiving right now, okay? So, all right. They said life coach and best-selling author Jay Shetty is under scrutiny over alleged dishonesty regarding his personal history. According to a report by The Guardian, Shetty, who presided over the marriages of actors like Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck in 2022, has been accused of falsely stating that he spent 3 years as a monk at an Indian temple. So they said Jay Shetty's official website asserts that during his school breaks, he resided with monks in India, engaging deeply in their teachings and philosophy. Shetty, who has shared his life story across various media, maintains that he lived as a monk in a Hindu ashram in India from 2010 to 2013. In his book, 8 Rules of Love, he writes, when I was 21 years old, I skipped my college graduation to join an ashram in a village near Mumbai. Shetty claims that his decision to relocate to Mumbai came after attending a lecture by an International Society for Krishna Consciousness monk named Gauranga Das at his business school in London. He asserts that his lecture triggered a significant spiritual awakening, prompting him to depart for Mumbai, where he resided for 3 years before eventually returning to England. All right, hold on. Let me refresh that so I can. So people are calling him out for false information. They continue. They said the Guardian report highlights inconsistency. The Guardian report highlights inconsistency in Shetty's account, noting that he provided varying ages. 18, 20, or 21. I guess he couldn't remember if it was 19. He was like 18, 20, 21. We can get a little bit average. 19 and a half. Look, 19 and a half. All right. So the Guardian report highlights inconsistency in Shetty's account, noting that he provided varying ages, 18, 20, 20, or 21 years old, to different news sources regarding when he attended the transformative lecture. The monk, Das, informed the British Daily that the lecture occurred in 2007 when Shetty, who would have been just 19 years old. Maybe he forgot. Look, maybe he forgot. I can't remember everything either. I might get some dates wrong about what I did when I was 19 and 20. Just saying. Am I the only one? So despite Shetty's assertion that he spent 3 years in Mumbai, individuals previously associated with him suggest otherwise. Shintanya Leela, a member of the ISKCON and Shetty's former partner, informed the British newspaper that he stayed in India during that period that his stay in India was during that period was much shorter. She also mentioned that Shetty was involved in the ISK, the ISKCON, before 2007. So according to The Guardian, Shetty may have had a spiritual epiphany in the summer of 2006 while visiting France with the youth group of the organization, IPS. The article also suggests that Shetty primarily lived as a monk between 2010 and 2013 at the Bhaktivedanta Manor in Watford, a town just outside London, so not in India, visiting India only occasionally during that period. Shetty's legal representatives informed The Guardian that he embraced monkhood in May of 2010 and resided at the Bhaktivedanta Manor. After 3 months, he relocated to India. This is what Jay Shetty's legal representation is saying. So contradicting his explanation. Oh, wait, rewind. So the lawyer stated that Shetty primarily stayed in India, occasionally returning to Bhaktivedanta Manor following encouragement from his mentors in Indian monasteries to engage in community service in his hometown. Additionally, he traveled to Europe and the U.S. as a part of his service. Contradicting this explanation, Shetty's previous blog posts indicate that he considered the Bhaktivedanta Manor his main ashram during his monkhood. Despite his monastic lifestyle, Shetty remained connected to society and even created several viral YouTube videos filmed on the streets of London. I saw him wearing sweatpants more often than robes, a former ISKCON devotee remarked, as quoted by The Guardian. The British newspaper also raised doubts about Shetty's academic background, highlighting inconsistencies in his resume. Well, some of y'all have some inconsistencies and exaggerations in your resume, too. Maybe? Look, maybe? I'm twerking on the fence. I'm just trying to give you the other side. Okay? So they said they saw him wearing sweatpants for more often than robes, all right? But yeah, so they said that there are some highlighting inconsistencies in his resume, such as a degree from a business school that doesn't offer the course he claimed to have completed. I mean, look, if we fact check some of y'all resumes, okay. The report mentioned that while Shetty is not the first self-help guru to exaggerate his spiritual background to attract followers, he charges significant fees for his guidance. He has utilized his spiritual standing to introduce various subscription and educational services, such as a life coaching school that charges $7,400 per the postgraduate diploma level 7 qualifications, which is comparable to a master's degree. Oh. Shetty, known for his hosting prominent figures like Michelle Obama recently, Kim Kardashian, and Matt Damon on his On Purpose podcast, has also faced accusations of plagiarism in the past. According to The Guardian, social media influencer Nicole Arbor accused the self-help guru in 2019 of using content from others without proper credit. Following Arbor's video, Shetty deleted over 100 posts.
Lies! The lie!
All right. Although he now contributes content to his original creators on his Instagram, it is alleged that he does not seek permission or compensate them for its use, as reported by the British Daily. Meanwhile, the responses on social media to the allegations against Jay Shetty have varied. Take a look at a few of them. So this person by the name of Sadanand says, "Why doesn't this surprise me? Shetty avoids mentioning ISKCON, instead describing himself as a Vedic monk," stated the report. The drama within the spirituality market is likely to persist for a few more decades, I think, until the market becomes saturated. Ooh. Another person by the name of Guillotine Girl on Twitter. Why are people actually surprised by Jay Shetty lying about his past and plagiarizing content? Have y'all learned nothing from every single public figure or influencer who claims to be enlightened and shares cheesy quotes and pop psychology facts on their spiritual mission? Well, back in my day, I felt like we had a lot of really good spiritual folks that are still around. Jay Shetty's Johnny come lately, but, anyways. Another person by the name I'm a Jokin says, "It's so funny that the Western world needed an article to figure out that Jay Shetty was a fraud. Like, what part of him screamed he was legit? Anyone who calls himself a life coach or a spiritual guru is a fraud. End of." Oh, do you guys agree with that? All right. So Mohammed on Twitter says, "I always used to listen to Jay Shetty's motivational speeches and he turned out to be a fraud." Allegedly. Look, allegedly. Samita on Twitter says, "This is so disheartening. I've heard a few of Jay Shetty's podcasts, the pop psychology, the secular spiritualism, hints of Krishna consciousness. His soothing manner of speaking can quite understand the mass following." All right. They continue. Hold on. Okay. Whether he wore sweatpants and not robes when he was a monk is frankly inconsequential. Hope Shetty speaks out about these accusations. I'm not sure. Has he spoken out about this? I don't think so. Besides responding through his legal representative. The armchair analyst said this on Twitter. This is where I'm sort of like people waiting for someone's downfall. So this person puts, "Laughing out loud, been waiting for this day, obviously," and then they tag Jay Shetty, "is a scam artist and a snake oil salesman. Honestly, when I see people who follow him on Instagram, non-ironically, I immediately lose respect for them and their intelligence or lack thereof." Wow. Okay. So it seems like 2024 is revealing a lot of different things. But based on what we've just told you about Jay Shetty, does it change your thoughts on him? Does it change his message? Does it change how he's affected your life? Does it matter? Or maybe it does. Does his time during monkhood, he is a man of a particular age at this point, right? Like, how old is Jay Shetty? Matter of fact, let me Google it. How old is Jay Shetty? Because then if he's like 22, that would be 24. No, he's 36. Do you remember everything from your college years? Maybe. Anyway, so Jay Shetty is... Look, I feel like the accusations against him aren't going to cancel him. Will he lose a couple of people? Yes. Do I think that this is the end of his multi-million-dollar business? No. But if anything, it will have me kind of looking at like this at him with my side eye. Like, let me see what you're saying. It tells you a lot, though. All it takes is for someone to speak a certain way, to say the right things, to amass a following. Just saying. But this is why you also have to pay attention to yourself and trust yourself, your inner voice with people. Jonesy, thank you so much for the super chat. Jonesy says, "Hi, KEMPIRE. Does he know about MySpace?" We're talking about Jalen, Draya's baby daddy. Does he know about MySpace? Talk about Giselle's. Wait, talked. Oh wait, talked about Giselle's turkey neck. Where does that? How is that relevant, Jonesy? All right, Julie, thank you so much for another super chat. Julie says, part of replay crew soon, but 90-day tell all. Shut up, Ashley. Over Jasmine and Nikki, Sean needs to be fired as a host. Awful, and Jasmine and Gino now are on happily ever after. We heard about that. Adrian says he doesn't know the Carlton dance, TGIF, damn, and Urkel, or Brother Man from the Fifth Floor from Martin. Damn. He won't even know that reference. He won't even know that reference. Rita, thank you so much for the super sticker. We appreciate your support. Hope everything is good over there. Is it warm in Germany now? Because it's getting warm here in New York. Joe, thank you so much for the super chat. Joe says, what's the source of this expose? His rivals? Well, they're exes. Look, at least one ex was interviewed for that expose. Look, who knows? All right. Well, thank you, Julie, for the segue, because now we can get into some more reality TV talk. We'll get back to some pop culture news in just a second for those that are just joining us. This is our Tuesday Takeover, where we cover a variety of pop culture news, but also some reality TV and some reality TV news as well. All right. Let's talk about 90-day Fiancé, the tell-all. All right. So a few things stood out to me. I agree about Sean. Here's the thing, Sean. There were moments where Sean, over the years, I'm like, yeah, Sean, I respect her as a journalist. I remember her from, I don't remember which show it was. I don't know if it wasn't Extra. Maybe it was Access Hollywood. She used to work over there. Or maybe it was Entertainment Tonight. I can't remember. But she used to work over there. But then she became the host for a lot of the TLC reality, 90-Day Fiancé. But I have to say, this reunion, I felt like Ashley was asking more relevant questions than you. You were just sort of like, you would be on one particular couple and like, well, you know what? We will get back to you guys later. We're going to move on over to blah, blah, blah. And it felt just so haphazard. It felt so haphazard the way that they were handling the reunions. And look, this is how they've done it for years. But at the same time, I really did not love her this year as a host. It wasn't good. For me. All right. Access Hollywood. Thank you, Logan. Logan says, Sean Robinson, my Spellman sister, Access Hollywood. I couldn't remember which show it was. Pamela, thank you so much for the super chat. We appreciate your support as well. Thank you. All right. So back to this. So 90-Day Fiancé in the tell-all. We start off where we ended, and that is with Jasmine and Gino and her being upset. I don't want to even give this couple any more light. I know they're coming back on 90-Day Happily Ever After. I can't promise you that I'm going to even recap it because I'm so over them. I'm so over Jasmine and Gino. I'm not over, though, this couple, Anali and Clayton, because the sister pretty much said what we said, that she doesn't see affection between them. She doesn't believe that this relationship is real. Anali is very offended by it. She's like, I've left my family. My father is not speaking to me. And you don't believe that this relationship is real. Clayton was very defensive as well. But we said this as well when we saw them and he was trying to have intimate times with her and she didn't seem like she was interested. And we said, okay, maybe because the mom is in the closet. Apparently it's gotten better. But even she was like, look at you guys. You're sitting here. Everyone is all hugged up and you guys are far apart. I don't know if I believe. I believe the sister. And mind you, the sister sees way more than we see. She's actually in their lives and she feels that way. Just saying. We didn't really get much of Rob and Sophie this episode, which is fine. We did get an update on Devin and Nikki. Remember, Devin used to refer to Nikki as Piggy, so they unpack that. She's lost a lot of weight since then. He's moved to Atlanta for work. She hasn't moved with him just yet. He's only been, at the time of this recording, maybe like a couple weeks. All right? So, yeah. I really didn't care about their storyline. We haven't even seen them in weeks. Their storyline ended months ago. So I almost forgot that they were even a part of the cast. The only reason why I remember is because I have my pictures here behind the scenes. That's the only reason why I even remember Devin and Nikki and her problematic makeup, her eyeliner. Just saying. I don't even care about their storyline. Should he be calling her a piggy? No. However, you saw how he was being sarcastic towards the family. He was like, I'll stop saying it about it. And then he was like, psych. Does Draya Michelle's baby daddy, Jalen, know what psych means? That's going to be the running theme for today's live. Oh, gosh. Nikki and Igor. Here's the thing. At first, I said that this relationship was just for television. I don't understand how Nikki was still wondering whether or not they were together after he said that she needs to act more like a woman in their relationship. And I like the fact that Ashley, Sean, look, are you awake? Like, you're supposed to be the moderator. Him saying these things about Nikki, that she needs to be more of a woman, was very transphobic. He was acting very transphobic. I'm pretty sure this is probably part of the reason why Nikki was saying the things that she was saying throughout the season, that why she felt so insecure, because I'm sure he's probably said worse offline when they're not on camera. Just saying. So, Nikki has not a nervous breakdown, but she has an emotional reaction because he's constantly saying these terrible things, and he clearly doesn't want to be with her. When asked whether or not he would, he wants to move forward with this K-1 visa, he's like, no, she should not move forward with it. And she seems still on the fence because I think they've broken up and gotten back together so many times. I think that she believes that that's going to happen again. But why would you want that to happen again? Why would you want that to happen again? Nicole says he says that he's not attracted. He's not trans attracted, and that should be the end of the relationship. But she don't want to give up on the K-1 visa. Yeah, it didn't make any sense. Exactly, Shay. Shay says that's going to be the next book. Okay, does Jalen know? 2024. Okay. Oh Lord. Let's keep it going. I'm going to put it in the comment section. I want you all to list under the comment section all the things that Jalen may not know about. Every time I say his name, I want to say Jalen Hurts because Philly. Hey, Philly, we were just there. If you were at the Philly show, you know what I said about Jalen Hurts. Okay. All right. Dalika says, exactly, KEMPIRE. We all know Draya trapped that boy. He's got a $50 million bet. Oh, I didn't know that part. If she doesn't marry him soon, she has that baby, she's out. And we all know it's securing her bag. She not old and used. Come on. You don't have to say that. Come on. She looks very good. 39, she looks very good, Draya. Congratulations, Draya. She took it too far. All right. Back to 90 Day Fiancé and the tell-all. What else did I want to say about this group? So, okay. We also get an update. We find out, we already know that Citra's pregnant. We also found out that Sam cheated on her before they actually met, but they were in a committed relationship together. He cheated. He was doing rideshare, and he cheated with this girl that he picked up. Okay? And apparently, Citra didn't realize that they had full-on intercourse. Okay? And she finds out during this reunion, but she's like, I know what we've built. I know what we have. Okay, girl. I mean, what is she going to say? She's having a baby by this man. Okay. All right. What are we going to do? Again, I don't want to talk anything about about Gino and Jasmine. And because she, even at the end, she keeps talking about how she wanted to end things after seeing that video of him with the stripper. They even had the stripper zoom in. This is only on TLC. Only on 90 Day Fiancé, they're going to have the stripper from his bachelor party zoom in. The stripper says he wasn't disrespectful. She says she's seen a lot of things at the strip club, and Gino was very, reserved. Jasmine's like, oh, when he really likes someone, he's very shy and reserved. Girl, it's such a reach with this couple. It's such a reach. I am so over them. But again, they will be featured on Happily Ever After. No promises that we will be talking about it. I would feel bad, though, not talking about 90 Day Fiancé even a little bit during our Tuesday takeover, because that is the root of how this even came about. It used to be our 90 Day Fiancé recap, turned into our TLC takeover, and now it's our Tuesday takeover. All right. All right. Were there any other couples that I wanted to talk about on 90 Day Fiancé? Not really. That was the final part of the tell-all. Everybody is not happy. It looks as if Nikki is gonna write a song about this relationship. Whoa, girl, you just did this to be on television too. All right. D says that stripper feature was a scheme that Todd set up. That's very 90 Day Fiance. We're so desensitized to it that it's like, oh yeah, the stripper was there. They call to me if they had done this on Married to Medicine, like with Dr. G, we probably would be like, oh, what? But if you've been watching 90 Day Fiance for so long, you're sort of like, yeah, of course they got the stripper, of course. All right. Let's talk about 90 Days of Single Life. I just have a couple of things to say about 90 Days of Single Life. Thank God next week is the tell-all. All right. Let's start with Chantel. All right. So Chantel, as you know, she is on this journey in Greece. She's met this man. She wasn't sure about this man, but now this man is showing interest. He's willing to come to Atlanta. He wants her to come back to Greece. I told you the way that they should have played this with Chantel. They should have played this with Chantel. She just got out of spending like the good portion of her 20s with Pedro and in a marriage. This wasn't her time to get in a serious relationship. This was her time to go to Greece, maybe hook up with this guy, have a good time, and then be like, you know what? I'm going back to America. Nice knowing you. Bye. Sidebar, did you guys see the preview for the tell-all? Did you see that her mom, Karen, is going to be here? I was like, why is mom Karen looking like Chantel's sister? She's got a new blonde wig on. The body is bodying. I was like, what is going on with Karen? Okay. So we're going to see the tell-all next week for the single life. But I feel like they dropped the ball with the Chantel storyline. I don't believe it. I don't believe that this is going to be a real relationship or turn into anything. But okay, girl. Again, Tim, don't care. That's not even Tim. John. See, that's how much I don't care. We didn't get any... oh, God damn it. What's his name? Look, what's his name? Tyree. Oh, Lord. Too many names to remember. Veronica is getting called out at the reunion, at the tell-all, by Tim's girlfriend? I wouldn't say girlfriend. Someone that he dated on the show. It's getting called out and saying that she called Jamal broke and unemployed, which, again, confirms what I told you guys, that I feel like Jamal is just on this show for the money, for the fame. I don't think that he really is into Veronica like that. But we like Veronica, so we want Veronica to be happy. Damn, y'all are terrible in the chat. Ray says, does Jalen know that Draya has to rent his car? Because don't you have to be like 25 in order to rent a car? Damn. Music Junkie Addict says, I'm so over Gino and Jasmine. I thought I was the only one, but quite a few of you said that you are. But there are some people that say, no, I love them. All right? All right. Look, all right. I don't have any water in here, y'all. It's all right. It's all right. Guys, if you haven't already, and I'm coming to Boston. The KEMPIRE After Dark live show is coming to Boston on May 30th. Get your tickets today. We'll also be coming to Nashville and Atlanta in July. And then we will be in Seattle in August. More information on the KEMPIRE After Dark live show will be available in the description of this video or audio if you're listening to this. This is our Tuesday takeover. We're going to move on. We're going to move on because I don't really have much to say about 90 Days of Single Life besides this last thing. Because the biggest part for me for 90 Days Single Life has to do with Natalie. So Natalie, as you know, just broke up with Josh. Michael, her still husband, is in town to see her, but also see her mom. So she wants to use this moment to see where his head is at. He's not dating anyone, but he's over Natalie. He says, you've had years to work this relationship out. You are now in California like you wanted to be. And now that, you know, you're over with Josh and you've been with all these other men, now you want to be with me. Now you want to have a baby with me. You want me to get you pregnant. And he's like, I'm done. I'm not interested. So of course she has an emotional reaction. She's just like, but you're not dating anyone else. So I guess she assumes because he's not dating anyone that you have nothing else going on. Have a baby with me. Oh, damn. Damn, Nicole. Nicole says, remember Ask Jeeves? Well, that's a question that we need to ask Jalen. All right. That's a question that we need to ask Jalen. All right. So, yeah. So that is happening on 90 Day The Single Life. Natalie has an emotional breakdown after she finds out that Michael is not interested in having a baby with her, not getting back with her. He said he's even started the whole movement in regards to their divorce. And she does not want a divorce. She's like, you don't. It almost sounded a little psychotic. Like she was not going to give up on him. She was not divorcing him. Julie says Mike finally filed for divorce. Finally. Look, finally. Joe, thank you so much for the super chat. Joe says 3.5 and 5.2.5 floppy disk, Walkman, LimeWire, Netscape Navigator, Hollywood and Blockbuster movie rentals, Circuit City, Ask Jeeves, Duck Hunt vid game. Damn. There's so much. There's so much that Jalen is missing out on that I'm sure if Draya brought these things up, she probably, first of all, would she remember? Okay. Anyways. What else did I want to talk about? Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to get to the bottom of these comments. All right. Not media player. All right. So we talked about that. All right. Can we talk about Love is Blind? Oh, damn. So, surprise. AD and Clay did not get married. I will say what stood out to me in that scene with AD and, Clay's family really had nothing to do with AD and Clay. I'm glad they didn't get married, but you could see that AD was upset. Word on the street is that now people are advocating for AD to be the next bachelorette because that worked out so great for our girl. Just saying. But here we are. I'm glad that they didn't get married. I told you, his initial, first of all, saying to her, he's coming on a reality show. Clay is coming on a reality show saying, "Oh, if you don't tell me what you look like, I'm not doing this." On Love is Blind, a whole premise of getting to know someone without knowing their looks. That was your first red flag. But she continued on. I'm sure if things had worked out with that other guy, she probably would have stuck it out. I think she probably would have stuck it out. Not them. Where's my do I have a picture of? No, I don't. I thought I did. I know I have a picture of the other guy. There we go. Yeah. I think she would have, if things had worked out with him, I think she would have stuck with him and not chosen Clay. I think Clay was her second choice, and she just decided to run with it. Partially because a lot of times these people are just wanting to be on television. I think they do want to find love, but I think they might want fame more. Jamon says, as soon as Clay said his father was Guyanese, red flag. Well, we get to meet his father. His father, he's a charmer. Matthew, thank you so much, Logan. Matthew, a.k.a. Clark Kent. But he had a bit of a tick. Remember, the way he left. All right? So AD and Clay don't get married. But for me, it was a conversation between Clay's parents that was very insightful because clearly Clay had to tell his mom that he talked about seeing his father take him on trips for his father to cheat. So this is part of the reason why Clay was just like, I don't know how I'm going to be in a relationship. I need to take some time to, just kind of go to therapy and figure things out. But he still wants to date AD. But AD in that moment is just like, I don't want to do it. She wanted to get married. Jimmy and Amy ended up getting married. I'm sure the production was very happy. They had at least one marriage happen, finally. But we also had this scene at the top of the last episode. The reunion airs tomorrow for Love is Blind Season 6. Yeah, congratulations to Amy and Johnny. I wonder if they're still together because I know that there was a picture of Johnny and Jessica in the airport, but they could have just seen each other in the airport. Doesn't mean that they're together, but we shall see. We will get an update, okay? We will get an update. That would be pretty bad, though. Jeremy and Laura we knew they were together. It was probably for the best. It was probably not probably. It was definitely for the best. He was still talking to the other lady. All right, Sarah. Who was the? Where's my other picture that I wanted? There was another picture that I wanted. All right. Anyways, as I mentioned before, Love is Blind season 6 reunion will air tomorrow. We had Chelsea and Jimmy. So they have a conversation before they even get down the aisle, before they even get that far. And Jimmy reveals to her, after Chelsea says that she wants to move forward and get married, Jimmy tells her, no, I'm not going to do it. And then they get into this whole conversation about how she keeps bringing up on camera about his friendship and his past relationship with one of his friends. And he keeps saying to her, she lives a private life. She didn't sign up to be on the show. Stop bringing her up. And Chelsea makes it seem as if he's making it about his own representation on the show, his own image. All right. And he's like, you keep bringing her up and I keep asking you not to. She did not sign up for this experience. Look, Chelsea seems annoying. Chelsea said that she looks like Megan Fox. A lot of people are saying, no, you don't. And I told you Megan Fox doesn't even look like Megan Fox of today. But she just annoyed me throughout the season. I'm not saying that Jimmy is perfect. But she annoyed the hell out of me. And yes, Shay says that Jimmy and Chelsea were seen with PDA in a club recently. I'm not surprised by that. I think sometimes, and I'm sure AD and Clay did the same thing. I believe I heard that they were seen together as well. I'm sure these people circle back to say, let's see if we can make this work outside of the cameras. I don't know. I don't know if that's going to end up lasting. We shall see. But this reunion was already filmed, so I don't know how long ago this reunion was filmed, but I'm not surprised that Jimmy decided to say no. Chelsea seemed like a clinger. I also don't think he loved her after experiencing her in real life. I also think the reason why he said no to Jessica was, I think he decided once she told him that he had a kid. I think in his head, he was like, he didn't want to deal with that. All right. Yulissa says, Chelsea annoyed me too. Amina says, Chelsea is so unbearable. So, okay, so I'm not the only one. And I think that's what, you can't necessarily figure those things out just from talking. Sometimes you have to experience someone in the real world. See how they are walking around at a restaurant, shopping for groceries. That will tell you something about people. Are they rude? Are they kind? Do they say please and thank you? Do they hold the door open for people? Or do they slam it? Or when you get into an elevator, are they the ones pressing the closed door so they don't have to wait for someone? Like, these are little things that you pay attention to. Like, all right. Just saying. So Jimmy tells Chelsea early on in the last week's episode that he does not want to move forward. AD and Clay do not get married. Clay makes that decision. We get a really beautiful conversation between Clay's parents, and Clay's mom was not playing with the father. He's just like, you've got a lot to work on, and how you affected that young man. Okay, I thought that was a beautiful conversation. And then of course the only wedding that we had was Jimmy and Amy. But we don't know. I guess we'll know this week whether or not they decided to stay together. Do you guys believe that they decided to stay together? Someone last week called them boring and boring. Well, you know what? Not everyone can be theatrical television. Okay? I kind of hope that it works out for them. I kind of? Damn. Exactly. Shirsta says, Clay's mom was a real MVP. I mean, she really was. Like, I loved everything that she said, the conversations that she had. I'm glad for the audience that we were able to have that conversation, because those things were brought up and featured on the show. I'm glad that we were able to have something close that off. But I'm not surprised that Clay and AD did not, go all the way. Here's the thing, and I mentioned this during the Philly show. I feel as if they go through so much leading up to the wedding, so much planning, so much emotional reactions to, oh my God, you're in a wedding dress, you're going to get married. Then you have these little moments right before you get married with your family, only for you to get down the aisle and them say, oh no. I'm like, Oh, damn. All right. Yulissa says that Clay's mom was in fact the MVP. His dad didn't need to take him on the cheating trips. He didn't. He didn't. But I have to say, I don't know if the father has changed. I doubt it. I mean, you've spent I'm sure their entire marriage cheating on her. They're no longer married. I don't know if he's changed. Doubt it. Okay. Amina says that Clay wasted our time. Did he? Because didn't we see this happening from the minute she decided to get with him? And then that first interaction, I tell you, it was so telling. To me, it was just very physical attraction. All right. Damn, it's already 2:40? Damn. I've been live for almost 2 hours. Guys, if you're just joining us, this is our Tuesday takeover where we cover a variety of pop culture news and, of course, reality television. Let me get back into some of the things that I wanted to talk about today. So let's talk about this Kate Middleton photo. Let me move this stuff around. Let me just bring the photo over here so that we can take a look at this. Let's take a look at this and unpack this photo. Because have you guys seen this photo? So the royal family is facing a lot right now in regards to this situation over at the palace. Okay, let me just say this. First of all, Kate Middleton apparently had some sort of health issue. So a lot of people are saying we haven't seen her. There's been a lot of speculation that there's some marriage trouble for her and Prince William. I'm about to call him King William soon. But now the New York Times broke down all the places where there were just terrible editing. All right. So there was a kill notice that was put out to the press in order for them to stop publishing this photo because they're saying that it was edited, only for Princess Kate to release an official statement on the Kensington Royal, the Kensington Royal, what does the thing print? Publish, back to live mode. There we go. So she put out this statement. She says, like many amateur photographers, I do occasionally experiment with editing. I wanted to express my apologies for any confusion the family photograph we shared yesterday caused. I hope everyone celebrating had a very happy Mother's Day. See. So as you can see, all the little errors of editing that were discovered in this photo. I just noticed she's also not wearing her wedding ring, right? So I don't know. I mean, some people don't always wear their wedding rings. But when you take a look at this, like, really? Everyone has been speculating that where is look. Where is Kate? I'm going to Catherine. Kate, where is Kate Middleton? And then recently there was a sighting of her with Prince William. So there are a lot of people speculating on where she is. Bajillion saying that Kate ain't editing no damn photos. Well, she's also of a particular age. So, and look, just because she's not the queen. The queen, if you told me this was the queen editing a photo, I'd be like, no. But she's what? She's like 40 something, right? So I wouldn't be surprised if she was editing. No, I don't believe that. I don't believe that Kate is editing a family photo and then releasing it herself on socials. Doesn't that go through so many different filters before it makes it to socials? I'm sure right now they're going to definitely make sure that whatever's going out from the royal family is looked at. Okay, Kelly says, also, Kate is known to actually take her family photos herself. And I believe that she took this photo herself, but I don't know if I believe that she's necessarily editing her photos or that the multiple filters that go out, that it has to go through before it's released publicly, missed any of the editing. Shersta says, KEMPIRE, she's not editing any photo. Lauren says, hashtag, where's Kate? I know. I'm about to say, like Robin says, she's 42. Y'all all saying that she's in her 30s. No, she's not. She's of a particular age. And the reason why I know this is because I'm of a particular age. They are my age. She's not no 30 nothing. All right? Come on. Y'all are terrible in the live chat. All right? Beautiful Gem says William took the photo. They do know. I know we're of a particular age, but they do know they have timers on these cameras, right? Come on. You know who could teach us about that stuff and social media? Jalen. Look, Jalen could teach us about that stuff. See, there are benefits of dating someone younger. There are some benefits of dating someone younger. They could walk us through the whole social media stuff. All right. Oh, thank you so much, Mama Allie. Mama Allie says, read an article that said that the hospital made her take the ring off and she lost weight, so it's not fitting while sick. Just a thought. Possible. I don't think it's a big deal, especially in 2024, if someone is not wearing their ring, especially if you are of a particular age, like in our age bracket. You know what I mean? If you're Kyle Richards, maybe not. You know what I mean? But maybe that's very possible. Thank you so much, Ray. Ray says, sending love, can't wait for the California tickets. We're definitely doing California, guys. We're just waiting for the confirmation to let you guys know. I don't know when we're doing California, but we are definitely going to take the KEMPIRE After Dark live show to California. Again, guys, don't forget today's live show is sponsored by our friends over at Factor Meals. If you're looking for an easy, healthy, quick way of getting your meals in, like after this live, I can just throw one of those suckers in for 2 minutes and I'm good to go. Oh, Mama Allie says, Kim, I am 42 and I don't know how to use any photo editing. But if you were dating a younger man that's 22, he could walk you through it. Look, he could walk you through it. Okay. C. McFarland says, the photo wasn't edited. It was manipulated to deceive. They cut and paste multiple photos and assembled it like a jigsaw. The photo itself isn't real. Well, here's the thing. The palace is not going to release the original, allegedly. And I know that some people are saying that Kate's photo is actually from the Oprah magazine cover. Not Oprah. Sorry, Oprah. Vogue. Okay? That's what people are speculating. You would think in this day and age, especially a public figure would not manipulate photos. But I guess they wanted to release some sort of photo for Mother's Day. Look, she hasn't been well. Look, if anything, praying for Kate. Hopefully she is okay. And this fiasco, we had to talk about it because it's one of the biggest stories this week that people are talking about this Kate Middleton photo and her admitting that she did some sort of photo editing, but people are speculating other things in regards to her. All right? Oh, damn. Stay. Okay, Stunning Sunshine. All right, the youngins are here. Stunning Sunshine, who was born in 2000, says, I'm 24 and I can't edit pics except for filters. Some people just don't buy. This is true. Look, there's a learning curve to learning how to edit and stuff like that. Look, some of these folks out here are masters at editing. Some of these housewives are masters at editing photos. It's an art form. Look, it's art form. Ray says, not Kate on old magazine. As soon as I said it, I was like, wait a minute, that doesn't make any kind of sense. I'm running on low energy, y'all. I just finished my shake. Okay, I need to go get a factor meal to get rejuvenated. Yeah, Wendy says it's rumored that she's not okay. There's a lot of speculation that she hasn't recovered from her health scare. There are a lot of people speculating. We're not going to speculate, but what we can confirm is that according to the royal Twitter and Instagram, Kate is saying that she released a manipulated, edited photo. She said that she experimented. She says, I do occasionally experiment with editing. She was also allegedly cited with Prince William, I believe yesterday. All right. Oh, Lord, that's going to be the running joke now. Kate Middleton was on O Magazine. No, she was on Vogue, y'all. She was on Vogue. Okay. All right. Let me just see the other stories that I wanted to talk about before we go. All right. So the next story that I want to cover is about Porsha Peach Juice Williams, formerly Gobadia. All right, let's talk about Porsha. So Porsha's back in the headlines this week because Porsha is allegedly shading maybe her ex-husband. And why exactly is she having her sister wear her wedding ring? So on an Instagram story, Porsha, I bet you didn't think I'd see that either, huh? All right. Her sister is wearing her whole wedding set, her engagement ring and her wedding band. All right. A lot of people were calling out Porsha for still wearing her wedding ring because some people don't believe that this divorce is real. So Porsha posted on her social. She posted and deleted. Okay, she says, if you keep telling your lies, I will start speaking my truth. All right. You know Simon Gobadia, the troll that he is. He went on one of the Instagram blogs and was just like, I can't wait, and then put the popcorn emojis.
Lies, the lie.
I can't with him. And he's been posting all kinds of subliminal messages on socials. He removed all the photos of Porsha except their wedding photo. I just never know what to make sense of when it comes to Simon. Look, word on the street, the reason why they got a divorce, well, people speculate the reason why these two got a divorce was because of the citizenship scandal that happened that week. However, during the People magazine exclusive, they said, no, these two, there were other issues. Their divorce had nothing to do with the citizenship scammer fraud credit situation. Okay. Well, according to a rumor, realityt.com is reporting, they said, I think it's fair to say that Porsha Williams filing for divorce from her husband, Simon Gobadia, caught everyone by surprise. The couple had only been married for 15 months. She filed for divorce 1 week after announcing she was returning to the Real Housewives of Atlanta. You may have seen that she also posted some video of her. Looked like she's getting ready to do like a confessional. Probably, because a lot of you said as soon as the divorce was announced, that they need to get the cameras rolling. So it wouldn't be surprising to me that Porsha's already filming for the new season. All right. Porsha also signed a new deal with NBCU, which will allow her to take on scripted projects, opportunities across the company's broadcast and streaming properties. So as the divorce proceedings began, Porsha's attorney requested that Simon and the team working with him, quote, not to destroy, conceal, or alter any of his financial documents, which was pretty shocking for people, especially how quickly she asked for this to be done. In the legal documents, Porsha also asked that the prenuptial agreement be enforced. Wife requests that said prenuptial agreements be enforced by his court and be made a part of this court's final judgment and decree of divorce. So they say that it feels like this divorce might be nasty, and now there's a rumor about why Porsha decided to split from Simon. So sidebar, I'm wondering if the reason why she's asking Simon to preserve all financial records, if there's some truth to the rumors that maybe there was some funny business in regards to Simon, maybe withdrawing from her account allegedly, don't know for sure, but that rumor is going around. But some of you also said that you wouldn't be surprised by that. You wouldn't be surprised that he did this based off of his credit card and bank fraud. I don't want to say allegations, like convictions. Look, maybe. All right. Well, in regards to the reason for their divorce, a source told Life and Style that the alleged reason for the divorce, it was a case of too much too soon. It wasn't enough time to really get to know someone, but Porsha was swept off her feet by Simon. According to the source, they said Porsha and Simon did announce their engagement after only dating for several weeks. That was quick. At the time, Porsha didn't appreciate anyone skeptical of her new romance. Part of the reason why she blocked me. Right. It's all right, Porsha. According to the insider, there were also other issues inside the marriage. Friends found Simon controlling, and that was a problem for Porsha, who is so independent. It's not her style to be told what to do and when to be home, according to the source. This rumor has not been confirmed by Porsha or Simon, but who's feeding the story to Life and Style? Could it be Simon? You never know. Could it be Porsha? You never know. So Reality.com says that it looks like Porsha's divorce will be a major storyline for the upcoming 16th season of The Real Housewives of Atlanta. Having single Porsha back on the show may be the jolt of energy that the franchise needs to up its ratings. Do you think that? Is that what you want from Porsha in this new era of Porsha? I don't know. I don't know if I want it. Like, I'm not really excited about Porsha's return. I'm not excited, meaning that I don't care either or. If she didn't come back, fine. The fact that she's coming back, okay. We haven't seen her in a couple of years. It would be interesting to see how she handles this divorce. Fine. But other than that, I'm more interested to see the newbies, to be honest with you, because I'm looking forward to an actual reboot happening, in my opinion. All right. So this is what they're saying the divorce is really for. Too much too soon. They did have a whirlwind relationship. I know people have debated whether or not that was the actual timeline of their relationship. Were they together while he was still with Fallon? Well, technically they were together while Fallon and Simon were legally still married. But Fallon had a whole baby while they were, at least she was pregnant. She didn't have the baby. I think they were divorced before she gave birth. I can't remember. Do you guys remember? Do you care? Anyways, 7 says, we've already seen her going through a divorce, one divorce, two is asking a lot from us as far as caring. Points have been made. Let me say thank you. Dr. Nestor, thank you so much for the super chat. Dr. Nestor says, I don't believe she did the editing in regards to Kate Middleton. Something is up. Prince William is hiding something. Well, I'm wishing the best for Kate Middleton. Because what in the miscavige is going on? And if you know that name, you know exactly what I'm talking about. We won't go any deeper. Joe, thank you so much for the super chat. Joe says, do we know if Simon also applied for citizenship when he was married to Fallon? I wonder how much Porsha will be grilled on this in RHOA. We shall see. I don't think that even Kenya is going to be the one asking those questions. I think we're going to have a bunch of newbies that are going to want to solidify their spot and probably coming for Porsha. Porsha knows the game. She knows that they're going to be coming for her, especially with this being such a major storyline for this season. Girl, I'm happy that you had a prenup and then hopefully that you will get out of this. I also saw that Claudia Jordan, I don't know which interview. I know she was doing a few different interviews this past week here in New York City. She talked about how she felt like Porsha actually had more money than Simon, and she feels like Simon's money is funny. Allegedly. Okay. 7 says, I can't wait to see Kenya's hair spa. We did show you some video footage last week during our Tuesday takeover of Kenya's hair spa. She did a viral video within the spa. All right. Saintly says she, meaning Porsha, might end up with Dennis at this point. Do you want to see that? I mean, they do share a daughter together. Don't know. Do I care? Not so much. Not so much. All right. Did I talk about everything that I wanted to talk about today? I think I did. Thank you all for being here. If I missed anything, we'll talk about it during another live, or maybe I'll go live on Instagram, or maybe I'll go live on TikTok. Be sure to follow us at the KEMPIRE on Instagram, TikTok, Threads, and Twitter for all kinds of different experiences and thoughts. We just had an Instagram live over the weekend. Be sure to check that out if you missed it. And don't forget to subscribe to the audio version of our live shows and special episodes on the KEMPIRE podcast. While you're there, don't forget to give us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. Thank you to our King's Guards. Thank you to everyone that sent in a super chat. Thank you to our channel members that are, some of you have been channel members for 3 years, 2 years, 8 months. We appreciate your support, but I also understand that not everyone can give super chats and not everyone can become a member. I understand. You can support by liking the video, by sharing our videos, by commenting in the videos, by telling a friend to tell a friend about what we're doing, not just here on YouTube, but here on TikTok, here on Twitter, here on Twitch, here on Facebook. Be sure to follow us there. Shout out to everyone watching from around the world. We appreciate you. Replay crew. We want you to continue with this game. In 2024, what exactly would Jalen Draya's baby daddy, what exactly would he not be aware of prior to 2002? Let us know. Let's continue this game. And I want to hear from you guys. I want to know, what is your good news? Tell me what your good news is in the live chat. But also, replay crew, be sure to let me know, what is your good news today? What can you be grateful for? Let's continue this conversation there. Happy Ramadan to those that celebrate. Happy day to those that celebrate a happy day. All right. Talk to you guys later. Bye, y'all. This American pie.
Walking like a G, sipping Hennessy, president of sweet, looking like a young Barack Obama. Skipping to the beat, giving hella heat. I'ma need a seat just to count up all these dots and commas. I think it's evident I'm the better man, I'm the jam. I'ma have you crushing like a four-wheel monster. Who you know who looking like this for real? Who you know who looking like this? Baby, baby, won't you listen to me? I got that flavor, I know you're dying to feed. I ain't no dancer, just got some hip in my feet. Now throw your hands up. Ooh, you bring the lighter, I got the fuse. You make a fire, I'll add the fuel. Follow me, lead it, just watch the shoes. Gotta turn the heat up to get this cool. Weight up on my shoulders, all this jewelry on me. I wear my shades inside cause I go blind just looking down. Walking like the man, sipping Chardonnay on the balcony, looking like a young Elvis Presley. I've been overseas, I've been underneath, I ain't never seen nothing like a person 12 o'clock. I don't know nobody looking like that, I don't know nobody looking like that. I don't know nobody looking like that, I don't know nobody looking like that. Baby, baby, won't you listen to me? I got that flavor, I know you're dying to feed. I ain't no dancer, just got some hip in my feet. Now throw your